Hello, this is F. Welcome to episode 35 of my Ottoman Empire campaign. Last episode, we focused on rebuilding roads, infrastructure and repositioning our armies like pieces on a chessboard. That careful planning was meant to buy us time, but today we face a costly blunder. While the Central Army was manoeuvring south of Warsaw, a Commonwealth force seized the initiative and laid siege to the city. Rushing to the defenders' aid, can our troops arrive in time to prevent the city from falling back into Commonwealth hands? This will be a test of speed, coordination and discipline, and the campaign's momentum hangs in the balance. Let's get into it. So looking at the composition of the Polish forces, we have quite a lot of cavalry on their side in this engagement. We've got 3 regiments of horse including their general, we've got a unit of hussars, provincial cavalry and uhlans. They have 3 lots of cannons deployed in their battalion, as well as 3 grenadiers and 5 line infantry, so it's quite a substantial force that I don't think we'll be able to repel. I mean, considering our garrison, we have the general unit under the Smart Janissaries and 2 units of citizen infantry. We have the armed populace and the firelock armed citizens. Again, our reinforcements are coming from behind the main Polish line, so that is not ideal either. We'll have to make sure that we consolidate our forces before we move forward. It's going to be very tricky because if they breach the walls, which I expect them to, we probably will lose this initial engagement, which means they'll capture the Star Fort and it will make it so much harder for us to take out or to defend the city. We might need to launch a second assault on the city and capture it in a future battle, but we'll try and get our forces into position as quickly as we can as the reinforcements arrive. We have our Delhi horsemen just keeping a watch on the flanks in case the enemy cavalry decide to assault us. We are seeing some cannon fire from the fort attacking approaching Polish forces. We have a cannon unit out that we can use to harass the enemy forces. It looks like the main assault of the Polish line have reached the fort at this stage, or at least going to start climbing the wall soon. We have some more units coming through from our reinforcements. We will need to get a few units up and ready before we can march on the fort itself. We are outnumbered, I fear, and we are going to be slow to maneuver. Looking at the fort, we'll reposition the armed populace. We can see that the armed citizens are firing at nearby enemy infantry and their positions on their cannons. It looks like the enemy cavalry are moving slowly away from the cannons. They feel confident, and it looks like we might have an opening to at least cripple their cannons if nothing else. But we are slightly outnumbered. I mean, we have our general unit and a unit of Delhi horsemen from the Central Army, as well as a couple of Wallachian Boyars. So we are slightly outnumbered. I think that's 4 cavalry against their 6. So that's something we need to be mindful of. Hopefully the units can hold the fort for as long as possible, but we only have the 3 units within the fort itself, and therefore I think we'll be able to, or we'll end up having the enemy really impact where they can climb up the fort walls. I mean, that section of fort is being bombarded by enemy cannons. We've got some units coming in now, so we'll just remove the Smart Janissaries as well, and it looks like a gate has been breached in terms of being captured by the enemy, so we need to close that swiftly. We've got some Polish forces climbing the wall there. Got some enemy cavalry coming up, so it looks like the enemy cannons are unprotected, so we're going to get our Delhi horsemen in there. We need to start making a dent, and we need to look at moving our forces up. So we'll get our Smart Janissaries and some of our Israelis. We'll start marching them forward. We need to just be mindful of any enemy cavalry that are nearby. Let's see if we can get our Wallachian Boyars to attack those cannons on our left flank, just so we can reduce any damage to the fort. and we'll look at moving our main cannons up as swiftly as we can. Let's speed up our troops. Come on guys, you need to get to the front line. Our Delhi horsemen are moving in. Okay, our firelock armed citizenry have engaged the enemy in battle. Let's move our forces up. Move our smart janissaries. So if that sectional fort does collapse, we should save our men. In the short term, we've got our Delhi horsemen are on the move towards the enemy cannons. Hopefully they do not get taken out en route. And we've as of yet not had any enemy cannons targeting our troops directly, so that is a good sign. If we can get our troops into the fort promptly, we should be able to stave off any losses in this engagement, but our forces are moving at a slower pace, so we just need to be mindful of this. We also do have enemy cavalry on the outskirts of the fort, so we need to just be mindful of that as well. Our Delhi horsemen have engaged enemy cannons, and it looks like they have lost 2 units, so has our Wallachian Bayars. Come on guys, get in there and take out. Oh my god, that was a hit directly to the enemy. Oh, that cavalry unit got hit literally point blank by the cannons. That is ridiculous. Okay, so their cannons are now fleeing the battle. Our garrison units are taking heavy losses. We need to bring our forces up pronto. We've just got them straight to the fort. They're taking too long. I don't know if our men will be able to hold them at bay for much longer. Continue to bring our forces up. Okay, come on guys, you need to move faster. We need to get you guys into the fort. Our janissaries seem to be being pummeled by the line infantry, unless they're grenadiers that they're fighting. I'm not too sure at this point. Our armed citizenry are gone, and our armed populace are being depleted significantly fast. Okay, so this is not ideal at this present time, but we are getting our forces up. It looks like enemy cavalry are coming inbound to our Wallachian Bayars, so we'll get them moved to engage those forces. And I think we just need to keep an eye on how things are progressing. So we've got some Polish forces in the centre, moving into the centre, and they've just captured the centre of the fort, so that's not ideal. We've got like 2 minutes in which to get into the fort, and our forces are moving so slow at this point. They're really moving at a slow pace. There's some janissaries. Let's get the janissaries in there to take out the Polish line. Let's see if they can make any dent on those. While they're trying to climb up the wall. Charge, men, charge! Sabres, strike them down. Okay, we've got them coming inbound. What's happening on the left? Okay, we've got some units coming in as well. We'll take them out there. And we've got enemy cavalry. What's going on? Enemy cavalry just hitting our Israeli line. We've got to get them into square formation. Come on guys. This is a bad shot. They've been hit on the flank. Can we get our Wallachian Bayars in? They've lost a few units, but they're still holding on. Let's move our units up. This is not going well. This is taking too much time. We've got less than a minute to capture this, to at least push the Polish out of the fort. Come on guys. Okay, the cavalry are moving out. There's additional enemy cavalry coming in. I think our cannons are in peril, so we need to move you guys. Come on guys, let's reposition. Come on, reposition. The enemy cavalry do not go for our cannons, go for our soldiers. Our grenadiers, the grenadiers are going to be hit. That is not good. We've got friendly fire. It's all a mess, and we've lost our general in garrison within the fort. This is not good. We have 13 seconds left of this engagement. Let's reform our troops. Okay, we're not going to get into the fort at this rate, so we're going to have to relaunch the assault a second time around, I think. the Central Army was too slow to maneuver into position. We've got units at the walls, but heroic death of our general unit, and that is a close defeat. Damn. So that was not a good first move. So the new general's trying to get used to command, and he has not done well at all. We've lost, wow, 500 men pretty much lost in this engagement. That's like a quarter, really a quarter of our army. I think around 27% of our forces were lost in that engagement, which is not good at all. I know quite a few units were the armed populace, and there's some janissaries and the remaining garrison units, and Poland, Lithuania have captured Warsaw. Warsaw has fallen to the enemy, and we have to launch another attack, and they've just besieged Königsberg as well. So this is really putting us on the back foot. From 2 territories, they've now got a 3rd, and we need to consider immediate action to recapture this city. Oh my gosh, this is not what we were expecting to happen. And they have armed populace ready to fight for them. Their units are slightly weaker. They have about 1299 units. We have slightly more, I believe, but this is going to be a massive test. So we have lost Warsaw. Königsberg is under siege, so we're really on the back foot. So before we engage and try and recapture the city of Warsaw, let's just double check what is happening across the empire. We've got some reinforcements heading to Lwów, just in case we have a sneak Polish attack to try and capture the city. We are still pressurizing the Russians in Moscow, just maintaining that siege for now. Let's see if we can peace out with them. They are not looking or interested in a peace whatsoever. They have some units nearby, so it could lead to a military engagement in the not too distant future. We've got a small task force within Russian territory, so I think we'll get them to most likely head down towards Astrakhan once more and lay siege to the city. I'm not sure what the forces are within Astrakhan, but hopefully it is a small contingent. We are continuing to develop the Vizierate within Cairo and Mesopotamia, so we have a few turns left before they are ready to start producing Nazim-e-Sadit warriors. And in Jerusalem, Palestine, we will be building the Potter's Craft Workshop. It is a unique building for that particular region, and we'll definitely be getting that in production. Overall, the empire is fairly stable. We have a bit more income coming in, so that will be useful when we start rebuilding our forces using European doctrine. So that is something that will come in soon, and at least we can implement the new style armies within the Middle East and North Africa. We'll look to scale back the size of the Western, Central and Northern armies as well as time moves on and they move to an occupation stance rather than an expansion doctrine. But just looking at the world map for the time being, so it looks like France has fallen to Great Britain. So Great Britain could definitely become a future threat to imperial ambitions of the Ottoman Empire. However, with the loss of France, we might lose a trading partner, which would impact our finances dramatically. So that's something we need to investigate as well. And then hopefully that means that with the war declared against Spain, if France was to return, we wouldn't have as much of an issue. But it does mean that anything we've developed so far in terms of cultivating a friendship with the previous French governments have now been put aside and will probably be reset should the France faction ever return. I think looking at our units, we will look at attacking the Polish now instead of waiting for them to waiting for our units to replenish. I think that's something that we need to look at doing, just reclaiming Warsaw. And I'm hoping not, but I think it might mean that we'll have the public order reset, as we're now recapturing a capital that was claimed by the original owners, so that's not ideal either. And we'll get some units recruited in Kiev just to support Kiev in case there's a sneak Polish attack. But I think while Poland is under siege, we're going to jump straight in. They have pretty much most of the units they had previously, with some units weakened. They've lost a unit of cannons, but they have gained some additional armed citizenry. So we're going to jump straight in. Okay, so we are significantly depleted from our initial engagement. I think we had originally 2,000 men and we have about 1,400. So there's not a big difference between us and the 1,200 or so men that the Polish have at their beck and call. Looks like most of their forces are within the fort, so we're going to move quickly to get our Israelis up and to the fort walls. We have our organ gun and cannons firing off and harassing the enemy walls, so hopefully we can get some impact on that side of things. We'll maneuver our cavalry up as well just to offer support, but this is going to be a tough one because again they will benefit from that morale boost of defending the fort around Warsaw. And if you look in the distance just behind the fort, you can see Warsaw city, and it's something that we need to recapture for not only the glory of the Ottoman Empire but for the survival of this general. So let's maneuver the forces up. We can see very few enemies on the right flank of the castle, so if we can get our forces up there we should have a better time in hand-to-hand combat. And it seems that a concentration of the enemy forces are on that left flank of the fort wall. We continue to get our forces to pummel, and that was a great shot. Look at that, fort down to 50% strength, and there goes the organ gun, just causing carnage wherever it is. You need to also be mindful of any forces coming through the gate. We don't want our units hit in the flank, so we just need to be mindful of that as well. So we've got our units starting to climb, or starting to position themselves along the wall. The ropes are going up. There is no one to contest us at this stage, and our forces are now moving up, so that's really good. We've got some Firelock armed citizenry on the wall. They have stopped their bombardment of our forces, and we continue to view this battle. The view is great. I mean, that sunset, early morning, looks like nice early morning engagement or late afternoon engagement depending. Come on, cannons fire. Yeah, another volley through. 79%. Okay, so that wall will come down soon. It's just whether we can get sufficient carnage. There goes the organ gun. Whoa, look at that. Look at that carnage on the wall. The structural integrity of the wall is in considerable doubt at this stage. That wall should hopefully be coming down soon. The power of the organ gun is so impressive. Come on guys, reform properly. You guys have been around for ages now. You need to be able to reform yourselves properly. Okay, we've got some contesting forces moving along the fort right flank. Another good bombardment from the enemy, from the cannons. 58%, 97% of that wall is coming down. A section of that wall is definitely coming down. That is for sure. We need to watch this carnage. Let's get a good view of the carnage, and I think these guys are going to be erased from history. Look at that, erased from history. Look at that. Though it's only Firelock armed citizens, it was impressive. Look at that, just gone in an instant. Fort continuing to bombard the enemy, and the organ guns really putting that pressure on the left flank of the Star Fort. Okay, we're just focusing our cannon fire on that section of wall. Wow, we have Polish coming up. Move guys, move out the way. You're in direct line of fire. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we've got some Israelis, armed citizens, Israeli irregular line infantry. Let's get them into melee to start engaging the enemy, and some have already. Oh, man, you guys didn't wait for your brothers to get in there. Okay, let's get them sorted. So you guys move in. We'll get you as well to come up there. You can just start bombarding the enemy in the lower sections of the fort. And I don't know what you guys are doing, trying to attack the wall with your guns. This is crazy. Okay, we've got quite a lot of Polish line on the fort wall. So come on guys, let's get you up there ASAP. Reform the line. There goes the enemy, or the bombardment cannons. I think the wall has come down, so there is a breach in the wall, so we can look to exploit that imminently. Let's get our Israeli line. Yep. How did they get there? Enemy foot are on the outside of the wall. That is just so weird, like some kind of computer glitch. Wowzers. Okay guys, you guys are getting to melee. Let's go, send you in, let's get you in, come on. We need to take out these enemy forces. I think what do we have in the back here? We have some... What are we doing? We're sending our Janissaries forward, moving our units of Wallachian Bayars just in case enemy cavalry come marching out. We've got units coming up. Let's just get you into melee. Just get into melee and just take out the enemy forces as promptly as you can. Looks like there's some enemy cavalry coming down from the side. Our Janissaries will be at risk. The enemy cavalry come riding around that corner. Oh wait, they've moved to the left flank, so let's keep an eye on them. Get our Wallachian Bayars up. Just see if we can focus fire on the enemy. Okay, they're literally coming in. What's that? Provincial cavalry coming in, so some weakened cavalry. We have a unit of Israeli line infantry fleeing, so that's not good, but let's get ready guys. Bombard them. Aim and fire. Look at that, lead to the face. Oh man, that's what you want to see. And the organ guns have taken out some more units, that's great. Okay, so our Israeli line, our Janissaries, sorry, they should be free to get up onto the Fort Warsaw, be additional support, hand-to-hand combat. Let's see if we can get our Grenadiers up as well, and we'll move our smart Janissaries up just to see if we need to engage with that line of foot infantry. Okay, it's not looking great with us already losing a unit of Israelis, but hopefully, as we said, as soon as we get the Vizierets up, we'll start pumping out Nazim e Sadiq warriors, which should have that improved morale and the improved fire capability. The hand-to-hand combat skills are still weaker than Bialak Janissaries, I believe, and the Cairo Janissaries, but we will try and make do with them until we can start chugging out enough Cairo Janissaries. But again, to ensure that we have that distinct flavour of troops across the empire, we'll make sure that the Cairo Janissaries remain in more of the warmer climates, and we'll get the Bialak Janissaries and the Grenadiers out in Central Europe. And then hopefully soon we'll be able to make use of some rifles as well, so that will be really handy in the future, especially with engagements from or field engagements. That'll be so useful. But I think for now I think there's some more enemy cavalry heading out of the fort, so we need to just keep an eye on that, especially with our fleeing forces. Wow, look at that, right into the face of the fort, like for the might of the empire, you want to say, just as that organ gun just damages the buildings so easily. We've got some cavalry coming in. Okay, so our Wallachian Bayars are there. Let's get them into play. Come on guys, move in, focus on the enemy cavalry. We don't want them running down our forces. Okay, we've got a second unit of Israelis now faltering at 108 men, and they are literally faltering. This is not good. They're probably quite tired out. We'll try and get our general into play there, and hopefully his morale can boost the morale of our nearby units. Get our Grenadiers in, get our Smart Janissaries in as well. We are just taking a beating. It's going to be such a costly battle. Come on, guys. I think we do have the numbers at this point on this flank of the fort, which is good. And I think one of our units at 43 units, our Israelis, have stopped routing, so they've effectively come back. So we'll bring them back towards the fort if we can. And we've also engaged our unit of Smart Janissaries as well. So that's good to see. So we're not out of the fight just yet. Let's continue to move our forces up. So we only have the one unit of cannons continuing to provide fire against the enemy units, and quite a few of the line infantry have fallen in the attack. You can see their bodies desecrating the grounds of the fort wall. And I think we are getting the upper hand. The balance of power is in our favour, and we have our we've got a regiment of grenadiers coming out, and we have our grenadiers engaging the foot infantry. We have some cavalry as well. This is not good. We'll get our Wallachian Bayars in on those cavalry, while we're going to try and get our Smart Janissaries to charge forward headlong into grenadiers. This is not going to be great. Smart Janissaries, 160 men charging forward. Oh, and there goes some force. Wow, we've lost so many men. 114 men. Wow, we've lost quite a lot of men right into that grenadier charge. That was disastrous for us, but hopefully they've got enough units to hold the line. We're sending our grenadiers in, and we have our Wallachian Bayars as well. This is turning into a massive brawl that is ridiculous. I think we set our grenadiers to send grenades out, so hopefully that doesn't cause too many friendly fire, or a friendly fire situation there. And the Polish, well, the left flank of the right flank of the fort, sorry for that, is now free of Polish lines, so we're going to get our troops down. It looks like we only have some cavalry left to deal with, so we'll get our units down ASAP. Come on, guys, I know you guys are exhausted, you're very tired, but we need to get you down to lower levels. You need to start engaging the enemy, and then we can end the battle and recapture this city in the name of the Sultan. We have some enemy cavalry either fleeing or about to engage our forces. Is that our general unit? Yep, they're engaging there, so this is a big mess of a situation. Okay, it looks like enemy forces might be fleeing at this point. Some of our Janissaries are still struggling against that firelock armed citizenry, and there are so many dead Polish. Well, a few units were taken out, a few cavalry units taken out. Oh man, this is just such a messy battle. We've got some more cavalry inbound, so we need to get you guys into position ASAP. Come on, guys, get into position. They are firing at the cavalry, and we've got our Smart Janissaries coming in. There's probably some friendly fire there as well. This is such a mess. Okay, we've got cavalry coming in. Let's reposition you guys. Come on, ASAP. Fire at the cavalry, fire at the cavalry. Let's take them out. They're going to head straight long in. Let's get to square formation, guys. They're just heading straight in. They're going to go after the Smart Janissaries. We've got our general unit there. The enemy have been quashed at this point, and it looks like a lot of the enemy are now fleeing the battlefield. Okay, so we've run down quite a few units as well. So the balance of power is definitely in our favour as the Polish forces start to flee the battlefield. So we'll get our Smart Janissaries up and our reposition our grenadiers. That Smart Janissary unit has got 44 units currently. They've lost so many troops in this engagement, and the enemy cavalry are trying to hit our Smart Janissaries, so we'll just get our units into melee combat. And it looks like we've finally taken out the last of the firelock armed citizenry. Oh no, they're not yet gone. They're not yet gone. Come on, take them out, guys. Take them out. Wow, they've lasted so long with that morale bonus. Wow, the last of the guys are gone, and the enemy general is dead. That is perfect. So they've been taken out, and we've crushed another Polish army. They still have quite at least 1 or 2 stacks, I believe, perhaps another full stack in Vilnius. So again, it's something that we have to be mindful of. We'll have to keep our forces within the forts to make sure that this does not get repeated a second time. Okay, I think it's time that we move our forces in to the fort imminently. There is the last few holdouts at the back of the fort that we need to take out, and we'll just get any troops that we can run down just to reduce, where are they, just to reduce any reinforcements that remain in the campaign map. So I don't think we'll get to all of those units as they are so close to the edge of the map, but we'll bring our general and our Wallachian Bayars up. Come on guys, let's move you forward ASAP. We need to get you guys into the fort center. Okay guys, let's move you up. And then we need to just watch out in case the enemy units attempt to try and stop us from capturing the center. But I believe there might only be 5 citizenry, so it should be fine. Let's move our forces up. Our cavalry are at this point. Come on guys, take them out. Why are you guys just standing around? It's ridiculous. Got another unit of Israelis fleeing. They're down to 26 men, so not ideal. But again, not too bad I think. Although this is a significantly depleted central army, we will look to replenish them for now and then reinforce the central army with Nazim Isadit warriors. But we'll just watch our men entering the fort once more for the glory of the Sultan. Some of our Janissaries are coming in, and our Grenadiers have just come through as well, recapturing Warsaw in the name of the Empire and the Sultan. So let's reposition our forces. Come on guys, ASAP, get in there. What's that? That's a unit of Israelis as well. You guys get in there, be able to get some pot shots at the enemy forces and then capture the city. So they're firing at will. Let's get our forces up. Let's just reposition our men. And I think as a parting gift, I think we want to get our Janissaries up and just get a volley of grenades out. That should cripple the armed citizenry as well. And there's a massive dent in the fort from the early engagements with the Polish as they attempted to capture the city the first time round. We've got our cavalry there. We'll look to see if we can take out the remaining cannons. So come on Janissaries, march forward, send through those grenades, and let's end this once and for all. Less than a minute and a half. Go. Grab grenades. Lobby grenades. Yes. Look at those grenades fall. Wow, look at that. That should shock the boots. Look at all those units just collapsing, and they have broken. Yes, so less than a minute to go. They are being picked off. Let's bring you guys back so there's no friendly fire. Okay, that's it. Pretty much the game has pretty much ended, and we have some enemy cannons trying to flee. We're sending a unit of Wallachian Bayars and Delhi horsemen inbound. There shouldn't be any major issues. They'll just run down the units, gain some additional experience hopefully, and take them out of play. Come on guys, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's speed things up. Take out the cannons. Oh, no, that's not what we wanted. That was a friendly fire volley directly into the back of our Wallachian Bayars. Oh my god, I'm grateful they haven't decided to flee, but that was bad planning. Oh man, that was bad planning. Let's just run down these last units of citizen cavalry, and oh my god, that was so bad. Come on guys, get up onto the top of the fort wall. Up you get. Let's take out these guys promptly. Wow, we need to keep an eye on friendly fire. Jeez. That was so unexpected. Come on guys, take them out, take them out. Come on, what are we paying you for? Don't let them all escape. All those units escaping. We've got our Delhi horsemen again trying to repent from that friendly fire blunder. Oh, I cannot believe that happened. The enemy forces are coming down the ropes. Let's see, come on guys, let's ride you in and just take them out. Come on, take them out. As they come down, just take them all out. Okay, that's it. Oh my days. Let's see what the casualty rate is for this battle. Oh my god, let's see. Lost 700 odd men out of 1400. That's like, I think that's about 47% of the Central Army in this engagement has been wiped out, and look at that, at least 20 to 30 units were from friendly fire. I cannot believe that. I mean, we've crippled the Polish army that had captured Warsaw, but that was such a great loss of life. Almost like a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory on our part. We cannot let that happen again. Warsaw has been reclaimed for the glory of the Empire. We captured the region of Poland. We've lost our madrasa, and we have unrest literally back as if we captured it for the first time again. We need to replenish the buildings across the Empire, so I think we're going to just halt some of our other building constructions that we were attempting to do, and just look to try and not only replenish, rebuild some of the buildings, get that public unrest back under control. Oh my gosh, this is not good at all. Let's see, where else have we built some units? I think we might need to just stop those construction levels for now. Just divert our units. So we'll get reinforcements to Warsaw, and we need to look at replenishing our forces. Sorry, we need to look at rebuilding the buildings across the city of Warsaw. So it's very frustrating as it's setting us back a bit. Can we do anything else? Can we replenish the city? No, we don't have enough units. We'll get a madrasa out. Unrest is still so high. We've got the units replenishing. Let's rebuild the other buildings and get them into play. Okay, so we got our units coming towards Lwów. We've captured Warsaw, recaptured Warsaw. Königsberg is currently under attack, so we need to be mindful of that as well, and at least launch an attack to break the siege, I think, and definitely focus on a few more rebellions coming out of the region of Poland. So that's going to set us back a little bit, probably a turn or two. But we'll continue to focus on those in the next turn, I think. I'm not sure what the next major issues are, so yeah, letters of demand from Poland, workers on strike as well. We're replenishing or rebuilding the mosque, and we can replenish our forces and repair all buildings. So -12 for public order. Feel free to pause at your leisure and read those notes. Yeah, so I expect at least 1 or 2 rebellions in the not too distant future for sure. That will definitely be the case. And we can see some more Polish troops within the forest moving in the direction of Kiev or Lwów. So get our forces back there. Continuing to harass or to siege Moscow, but the Russians do not seem to want to bite yet. So will they accept peace? They still do not want to accept peace. We need to try and get the Russians to accept peace. I think they're feeling a bit confident now that they've kept the Swedes at bay. Let's see if we can attack Astrakhan. They have the units there. What's that? 1 line infantry, Cossack, cannons and cavalry. So we're a bit outnumbered there at the moment. Might need to get some reinforcements down to, or up from Dagestan. They still do not want to request peace. I don't know what it's going to take for them to request peace. We probably need to capture the city again, get reinforcements built or recruited. We'll need to look at recapturing a Russian territory to force them to get to peace with us. Okay, and I think everywhere else it's somewhat stable. We can look at rebuilding the buildings that we were trying to do last turn. Just get that public order under control, and then see where things land in the not too distant future. So I think what we might do is leave it there for today. If you found this enjoyable, please leave a like and subscribe, as this really helps the channel to grow. Drop a comment about the Ottoman Empire's development, the blunder that you saw today, or anything else that you'd like to discuss. Thanks for watching. I'm F. See you next time.